There's a quote out there from someone. I honestly don't remember who, but it is something like this. A picture can invoke 1,000 words. It is something like that. It's something very similar to that. Um, this is true. A picture can invoke 1,000 words, but in my belief, a painting can invoke much more than that. Um, a painting can evoke a lot more words than that. But what about a painting that the artist isn't around anymore? It's one of those abstract paintings, and you're left with what is this painting supposed to mean? What's the point and all that? What about what about we switch back over to photography because this is getting very confusing. Photography has been around for a very, very long time now, at least. I mean, all the way back in the 1800s, that was when photography really started becoming a thing. Um, so, um, what about a photograph that contains a disaster? Just how many words can you take from that? If a picture is worth 1,000 words on its own, what about a picture with a disaster depicted in it? Well, photography has gone through many, many changes. It went from film to completely digital in the last, 150 years? Um, so, as you can see, these are very unique photographs that would have been used for a very specific device known as a steriopticon. If you've ever heard of a Viewmaster, then you know the very distant relative of this technology. It's basically the same concept as a Viewmaster, but from the early 1900s, late 1800s. These would have been taken on either a special camera or there would have been two photos taken at basically the same time on different cameras and then spliced together like this. But what is this? I mean, what is this picture depicting? Well, this is a picture of Niagara Falls in New York. And if you've ever heard of the Niagara Falls, the Great Ice Bridge disaster, well, you'll know what this picture depicts because this is the photograph that most of those videos will use at some point in the video. This one. This is the only other one I've found of a disaster. And it actually says down there what it is of. Right there. Where the river washout was. Johnstown. Disaster. Pennsylvania. United States. And this is A7 of whatever series this was. As you can see, there's a steam locomotive trying to help clean up the absolute mess that was going on. Well, that's it. I mean, I guess I can show you the other steriopticon cards I have, but well, they're not as interesting. Here's this one. This one is Morro Castle, Santiago, from across the harbor entrance through here, past Hobson and Cervera. Copyright 1899 by Stromeyer and Wyman. That's what all that stuff says down there. So this would have been right around Red Dead Redemption then, when that photo was taken. Here's another one. This one is actually earlier than the Red Dead Redemption. Look at how clear this photograph is, both of them. Coconut trees in the White Sands, Florida, USA, copyright 1895 by those same people. And what does this say up here? Whatever that says. I'm not very good at reading cursive. Unfortunately. But I can read it if I need to. See, West Point and the Hudson River, New York. What year was this? Am I right? Oh, wait, look at this. Bank of England, London. Again, what year was this? Now here looks more of a modern photo. Tropical Walk, Florida. This looks more like a modern photo. Now let's compare these two. Just look at the difference. This is more what you would see today, and this is what you would see back then. Look at the coconuts. They're very, very different. Very different indeed. Yeah. Okay, putting those ones back in the pile. And the last one is something that you should all know about. It is, although it is water damaged and the colors are all over the place because of the process of coloring these. Mount Vesuvius from the Forum, Pompeii, Italy. Yep, that's right. Good old Pompeii. And that was all of my steriopticon cards, at least so far. I am planning on getting more.